Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, all my blockmates. This is my report, Chapter 16, Relations Among Nation State. First, International Relations and World Politics. So, the term international relation is commonly used but criticized by Spratt for its ambiguity. Spratt argues that its use broadly and lacks a clear focus, as it's applied to transactions involving organized political communities and sometimes specifically to interstate transactions exhibiting conflict. Instead, scholars like Morgenthau and Spratt advocate for the term international politics, which conflict is present. So, for example, considered a trade agreement between two countries. Some might categorize this as an aspect of international relations, encompassing various interactions between states. However, if there's a disagreement or conflicting interest between the two countries within that agreement, scholars like Morgenthau and Spratt might label this as specific aspect as international politics due to the conflict involved regardless of whether hostility exists or not. So hostility means pagdumot mo siguro. Spratt further emphasizes that many government transactions inherently involve opposition or conflicts. When this conflict of purpose or interest is significant, it defines the essence of the situation. Thereby, the term as political, thereby term as political. Conflict of interest can characterize transactions not only between adversaries but also among allies or with neutral nations. Next is the significance of transnational interaction in world politics. Transnational interaction play a significant role in shaping world politics and have becoming increasingly important in the modern globalized era. These interactions refer to the exchanges, connection, and collaborations that occur across national borders, involving various actors such as states, non-state actors, international organizations, and individuals. In short, transnational interaction have significant implication for world politics. They influence state behavior, empower non-state actors, facilitate global problem solving, shape norms and governance, and, and promote cultural exchange. Recognizing and understanding the significance of transnational interaction is crucial for comprehending the complexities of contemporary global affairs. The next is the international community and international organization. International community refers to the collective body of nations and international organizations that interact and cooperate with each other on various global issues. It is comprised of sovereign states and other entities that are bound by international law. The main actors in transnational relations are the states, which are considered the basic units of world society. The international community is characterized by its adherence to international law, which governs the behavior and interaction of states. This includes treaties, agreements, and conventions that nations voluntarily enter into promote peace, security, and cooperation. The international community plays a vital role in addressing global challenges such as climate change, human rights, terrorism, and economic development. Then, international organizations are entities established by states to facilitate cooperation and coordination on specific issues of global concern. These organizations provide a platform for member states to come together, dis- discuss common problems, and work towards shared solutions. They play a crucial role in promoting peace, security, development, and cooperation among nations. International organizations have diverse mandates and areas of focus. Examples include the United Nations, World Trade Organizations, International Monetary Fund, World Health Organization, and European. These organizations to address various aspects of global governance, such as peacekeeping, trade, finance, health, finance and health, and regional integration. Mo yung mga example sa international nga organization. Next is Organization of the United Nations. First is General Assembly. The General Assembly is one of the principal organs of the United Nations and serves as a forum for all member states to come together and discuss global issues. It is composed of representatives from all 193 member nations, which country having one vote. The General Assembly is a key organ of the United Nations, where representatives from all member states gather to discuss and address global issues, negotiate agreements, and adopt resolutions. It serves as a platform for open dialogue, cooperation, and decision making among nations. Second is Security Council. Security Council is composed of 15 member states with 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members. The permanent members are China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. These 5 countries have the power of veto, which means they can block any substantive resolution even if it has the support of all other members. The Security Council is a key organ of the United Nations, responsible for maintaining international peace and security. It consists both permanent and non-permanent members and has the authority to take actions to address threats to peace and acts of aggression. Next is Economic and Social Council. Asia is one of the principal organs of the United Nations and plays a central role in promoting international economic and social cooperation and development. Ang Economic and Social Council nag-consist of 54 member states that are elected by the UN General Assembly for 3-year terms. The Council provides a platform for member states to discuss and coordinate efforts to address global economic, social, and environmental challenges. The Economic and Social Councils plays a vital role in promoting international economic and social cooperation, fostering sustainability development, and addressing global challenges to improve the well-being of people worldwide. Next is Trusteeship Council. The Trusteeship Council is one of the principal organs of the United Nations that was established to oversee the administration of trust territories. Trust territories were territories that were placed under the administration of member states to promote their development and prepare them for self-government or independence. The trusteeship was originally composed of 11 member states, including the 5 permanent members of the Security Council. Ang Security Council, like 5 permanent members, Ang una is China, atong ninyo na, France, Russia, United Kingdom o na United States, and six non-permanent members elected by the General Assembly. However, with the successful transition of all trust territories to self-government or independence, the council has been inactive since 1994. The trusteeship council was established to amo na to. Next is Secretariat. Secretariat is one of the principal organs of the United Nations and serves as the administrative backbone of the organization. It supports the work of the UN by providing administrative, logistical, and operational services. The Secretariat is headed by the Secretary General, who is appointed by the General Assembly upon the recommendation of the Security Council. The Secretary General is the Chief Administrative Officer of the UN and acts as the spokesperson for the organization. They oversee day-to-day operation for the Secretariat and play a crucial role in advancing the goals and objectives of the UN. Next is International Court of Justice or World Court. The International Court of Justice, also known as the World Court, is the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. It is located in the Hague, Netherlands, and its primary function is to settle legal disputes between states and provides advisory opinions on legal questions, referred to it by authorized UN organs and specialized agency. The, the International Court of Justice consists of 15 judges who are elected by the UN General Assembly and the Security Council for 9-year terms. These judges are chosen from different countries to ensure representation from various regions of the world. The court's composition aims to reflect a diversity of legal systems and cultures. The International Court of Justice, also known as the World Court, mo na to, mo na also known as World Court na siya, International Court of Justice. So next is international law. International law is a set of rules and principles that govern the relations between states and other international actors. It provides a framework for countries to interact, cooperate, and resolve disputes in a peaceful manner. International law encompasses various sources including treaties, customary practices, general principles of law, and judicial decisions. International law, the sources of law, refer to the origins or foundation from which legal rules and principles are derived. Example sa international law is United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Second is Geneva Convention. Third is Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Then Paris Agreement. Fifth is International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. So, the sources of law, first, treaties. Treaties are formal agreements between states or international organizations that establish legal obligation and rights. They are one of the primary sources of international law and play a crucial role in governing relations between countries and addressing global issues. Next is international customs. International customary law refers to the body of unwritten rules and practices that have developed over time and are accepted as binding by the international community. It is one of the primary sources of international law alongside treaties. Next is general recognized principles of law. Are legal are legal principles that are widely accepted and applied by the states and international organizations. They serve as a supplement to treaties and customary law, filling gaps in international law and ensuring fairness and consistency in its application. Next is judicial decisions. Judicial decisions, also known as case law or court rulings, refers to the judgment and interpretation made by courts in specific legal cases. They play significant role in the development and application of law, particularly in common law systems. Next is writings of publicists, also known as doctrine or legal scholarship, refer to the writings and opinions of legal scholars, academics, and experts in the field of international law. This writing provide interpretation, analysis, and commentary on international legal principles, treaties, customary, and judicial decisions. Next is equity. Equity, in a legal context, refers to a set of principles and doctrines that aim to provide fairness, justice, and flexibility in the application of the law. It serves as a supplement to strict legal rules and allows court to consider the unique circumstances of each case to achieve a just outcome. Next, foreign policy and and global conflict. Conflict kasi guys, ano, mali yung impact. Foreign policy refers to a country's principles, strategies, and actions in its relation with other nations, while global conflicts encompass dispute and tensions on a global scale. Foreign policy plays a crucial role in managing and resolving global conflicts through diplomatic negotiations, international cooperation, and the use of various tools to promote peace, stability, and the protection of national interests. Next, global conflicts and efforts to achieve peace. Global conflicts refers to conflicts or dispute that involve multiple countries or regions around the world. These conflicts can arise due to various reasons such as territorial disputes, ideological differences, economic competitions, or ethnic and religious tensions. Global conflicts can have severe consequences, including loss of lives, displacement of people, and economic instability. Efforts to achieve peace in the face of global conflicts have been ongoing for centuries. These efforts can be categorized into diplomatic, political, economic, and humanitarian initiatives. Diplomatic efforts involve negotiations, mediations, and peace talks between conflicting parties. Political efforts focus on promoting dialogue, fostering trust, and building consensus among nations. Economic efforts aim to address the root causes of conflicts by promoting development, reducing poverty, and improving access to resources. Humanitarian efforts provide aid and support to affected populations, including refugees and internally displaced persons. So, here are some ways of listening global complex. So, tinitanaw ng report is pasensya gud kayo ni kong tanan mga blackmates and also to our instructor kay wa jud na deeply explain kay naglisod kog sabot ani kay murag now murag kanang lisod na siya para na kay naglisod ko ani nga topic pero gitry lang bes. So, padayon ta sa una, appeasement. One is appeasement refers to a diplomatic or political strategy employed by a country or group of countries to avoid conflict by making concessions to an aggressive or hostile nation. It involves giving in to the demands or desires of the aggressor in the hope of maintaining peace and avoiding war. Second, arbitration. Arbitration is a method of resolving disputes outside of traditional court systems. Arbitration is a procedure in which a dispute is submitted by agreement of the parties to one or more arbitrators who make a binding decision on a dispute. The third is balance of power. Balance of power is a concept in international relations that refers to the distribution of power among nations or actors in the global system. It is based on the idea that a stable and peaceful international order can be maintained when no one single or group of states becomes too dominant or powerful. Fourth is collective security. Collective security is a concept in international relations that aims to maintain peace and security by establishing a collective response to aggression or threats against any member of a group or organizations. Then, sunod is diplomacy. Diplomacy is the practice of conducting negotiations, dialogue, and communication between nations or other actors in international relations. It is a key tool for managing conflicts, promoting cooperation, and advancing national interests through peaceful means. Then, number 6, disarmaments. Disarmament. Disarmament refers to the reduction or elimination of military weapons, forces, or capabilities possessed by nations or other actors. It is a process aimed at promoting peace, preventing conflicts, and reducing the risk associated with the proliferation and use of weapons. Then lastly, World Organization. World Organization refers to international organizations that are established to address global issues and promote cooperation among nations. These organizations play a crucial role in facilitating communication, collaboration, and coordination among countries to tackle various challenges and promote peace, development, and human rights on a global scale. So, mo yung mga meaning nila. So, ang kasagaran mga meaning aning pito is kanang murag maintaining peace bitaw ang kasagaran meaning ani nila. So, last topic is human rights. Human rights are fundamental rights and freedoms that are inherent to all individuals regardless of their nationality, ethnicity, gender, religion, or any other status. They are based on the principles that every person is entitled to live with dignity, equality, and freedom, and that these rights should be protected and respected by governments and society as a whole. That's all. Thank you.